Hello, Centurion. And I'm just going to check to see if my mic's working the day. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at that. Technology doing what it's supposed to do. How are you doing? Yeah. So I'm not really bothering with Kick anymore. It's just when my OBS, when I go live, it doesn't Kick. Yeah, so Kick like got me for a second and I switched it off. It's just another chat to keep an eye on. Not that anybody ever like really comments there that doesn't know about me Twitch or me YouTube anyway, so. But yes, I was live on Kick for a minute until I wasn't. Hope you're having a good day. What do you mean I can't merge the flipping items? Yes, I can. In here instead, I have too much stuff. And also not enough at the same time. There we go. I'm not live on Twitch, it says? What do you mean? How am I not? I mean, my Twitch says I'm live. Yeah, mine says I am. I have 13 seconds ago, just updated. Well, I just checked it, and it says I am. It says I'm live, and the quality's excellent. So, not to toot my own horn, but obviously. No, I'm joking. Yeah, no. It's there, yeah. So I'm not on... I mean, I am on Kick, but you know what I mean. I'm not really bothering with Kick. It's, Twitch being Twitch. True. Ooh, I've got a lot of pork. I'm gonna make the transformation cookies. I think that's a bit of a waste of time. Oh, Centurion. I don't even know if I want to talk about it. I am having a bit of a mare with all this. So, what I didn't know, because I'm a first-time buyer, is that if the property is above a commercial property, you might have a bit of trouble getting a mortgage. So, this flat was above a shop. Just to like a newsagents type shop. I don't know if it sold alcohol or whatever. So I didn't know this. So I go. The guy had forgot to mention it. Non-standard construction. Well, whatever the hell that means. How am I supposed to know that? I'm not a property developer. So yes. Yeah. I go there. And he like then says, oh, asks about a mortgage, and I was like, well, yeah. And he was like, oh, you may have an issue. It had been under offer for a while because the other person was a first-time buyer and they couldn't get... Oh my god, these birds, they've been quiet the whole time. They couldn't get a mortgage with it being above commercial premises. So that was... If I had balls, it would have been a kick in them. Do you know what I mean? That's just like a kick you in the head, spit in your face, fantastic kind of thing. So it just means it's going to end up going to auction. Excuse me, Big Bear. Hang on, I'm going to get rid of the birds. Coming back. And so it was a masonette, 2-bedroom masonette, had a little garden and everything. Lovely. Hi. so they wanted offers over 70, which would have been absolutely fine. Oh, yeah, so I was saying it was a kind of kick you in the head, spit in your face, fantastic. So it was a masonette, 2 bedrooms. They were seeing offers over 70. Here's a weird thing to be told. It doesn't have a gas meter. I don't know why it doesn't have a gas meter, but it doesn't have a gas meter. So I was like, alright. But anyway, it looked like it needed a bit of updating and that. But like, you're getting 2 bedrooms across 2 floors and a friggin' nice little garden. So anyway, yeah, so he's like, oh, we can, you struggle to get a mortgage on this. When I had a look though, it said that some companies, if you can provide a certain percentage of the mortgage, then like, you may be more successful. I would be able to do that. But like, anyhow. Yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, you can, you can have a look around if you want. And I was like, I didn't want to upset myself. Like, I'm already depressed and stressed the hell over the whole thing. Not specifically that. It's the whole just like, I'm sick of paying money to somebody else for like their property. 20% deposit and they don't tend to care. Well, I had more than that, but whatever. May asked the mortgage advisor. They were like, oh yeah, no, they don't tend to lend that. So I would have been providing more than that. But yeah, so he's like, oh, you can have a look around. I was like, yeah, no, it's just. How much would you need to loan? It would have been. It depended on what they accepted. Again, it still needed some things doing, so it would have been a bit. But like literally, I would have probably needed 60%. If they were going to go for not that high, not even that really, over the asking price. No, hang on, what am I thinking? Yeah, about that. 70k, 10k, spend 60k. What? This is a lot of K's you're giving me. So if they wanted, so they were saying offers over 70, so if I said 71, and then I would have paid, my deposit would have been over 30%. I could have given them if I was going to do that. But then it's like, yeah, like I said, it's these bits and bobs. But I declined to have a look at the rest of the place because that's just fucking depressing. Where did I not pick up my taties? I want to eat some taties. I'm hungry. Oof. So a brilliant loan of 10 years. Yeah, basically. Wouldn't have been undoable. But so then, so it doesn't end there. I mean, that place ends there. Because he said it's basically going to go into auction within the next few days because the other person couldn't get their thing. And they're wanting to sell. So it means some property developer is probably going to get it. They said they'd had one offer, but it was unacceptable. Probably developers trying to get out. Would like to be per month, same as rent, but more overall than a 10-year. Yeah. It wouldn't have been. It would have been doable, but I said then. I'm like, I see that. That's happened. So not only have I been shown a shithole that somebody wanted to sell this for 70 fucking grand, something they couldn't even be bothered to keep an eye on, but like they want, offers above 65 for it. Excuse me, sir. Absolutely not. You can take your tiny little flat, and if you were giving it away, I still might not have took it from you. So we've got that, and then I say there's a 2-bedroom house. It's got a basement. It's got a back garden. What area are you looking? Gateshead-ish? No, just Gateshead. No, not ish. Only Gateshead. Because we both work there. So by the time if I was having to travel, then I'd have to pay for travels and stuff. And so then there's a house, and I'm like, oh, this looks nice. Gotta stop pressing the jump button. I'm sorry, she's chewing on me. It's got a basement. It doesn't look like a shithole. Everything's great. They'd been made an offer of 75, and I'm like, 75 for like a 2-bedroom, semi-detached, you know, like I said, with a basement and that. Okay, let's have a look at this. Well, there's an issue with the title. I've been hearing that a lot recently about issues with titles. And so there's an issue with the title, so I would struggle to get a mortgage on that. It's the reason why the current sale is taking so long. So I don't even there's no point in even looking at that one, because I'm not going to be able to get a mortgage for it. So yeah, because it's been under offer for a while and they're struggling with that. So they're looking, because of the title issue, they're looking to attract cash buyers. Oh, I don't want copper. I thought it was gold. I got greedy. Yeah, 99-year leases on a lot of the northeast, and builds from 40 to 50. Yeah, it's honestly, like I said, it's very depressing. With like how it is at the minute, with those like 4 people living upstairs, getting home at like midnight, 1 o'clock. I'm getting woke up. I'm getting not a lot of sleep, so that's I'm a bit sleep deprived, which adds to the stress. I'm so sick. And then, you know, seeing houses, flats and that offer. I don't want to be a downstairs tenant ever again, because of obviously the nonsense that we've had to put up with from upstairs. And obviously the first bloke used to argue with his girlfriend all the time. Then we had the cannabis farm. Then we had the leak from the cannabis farm. Now we've got 4 baby fucking elephants carrying on at like midnight, like it's, you know, midday. To say a 20+ year mortgage would be hard for most companies. You're at like 500 a month rent, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're paying 550 quid a month to live underneath a safari park, basically. I'm gonna steal from all these boots. This is gonna make me feel better. Help myself to the people's shit. Hi, Juniper. How are you doing? Yeah, it's just been a little bit of a nightmare. Home sucks, and sorry dealing with that. I am so, honestly, I'm ready to like flip some tables. But the only tables we have are computer tables, and I paid too much for my PC to be doing that. But it doesn't even need to be that hard. You know what it is, though? It's like all these landlords that are holding on. See, all these. There's like, you know, a handful of landlords that are holding on to a lot of properties, and like either renting them out to people for 2 to 3 times their mortgage, or just letting them sit there and rot. Like I was saying to, like that dodgy, the dodgy one that I first looked at. I was saying to people at work, if you had something that was potentially worth 60 to 70,000 pounds, wouldn't you look after it? Why would you just let it sit? Like, why would you ignore its existence and then, oh, you know, I'm just going to sell it, I can't be bothered with it? I'd love to have that kind of money. I'd love to have that kind of, like, I don't really care about something that costs us that much. Seriously, I think they make the system as difficult as it is to keep most people out of it, to keep prices high to all grade. But that's the thing, if nobody's buying, the prices won't be high. But the only people that are buying are people buying at friggin' auction and paying stupid fees because they're property developers, and like it probably still works out maybe a little bit cheaper than it does for if you just outright paid for it. I'm not actually sure because the only ones we've looked at, well, I've looked at because he doesn't do any looking at it, is one of them is like there'll be £4,000 to be paid to the auctioneer, just cause. What am I paying you 4,000 quid for? Piss off. So say like, even if you were lucky enough to get a really cheap property, right? Then you whack on the 4,000 just cause. Then there's the seller's fees because the seller's not covering them fees. I'm covering them fees. And then anything that like extra that they've made up and added on. Okay, probably not a long-term plan, but if you have the 20-ish cash, then I'd say buy a cheap place like 30. Deal of travel and you get a mortgage for like 50. Nah, no, because there aren't any. The only places that are that cheap, they're absolutely not gated. You'll be better off with £200 a month in building money. We'll be putting into place and easier to transfer the mortgage. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, traveling's not an option. I start work at 6 in the morning. You can't get. I couldn't get. So the places that you're looking at that you could pay that much money for, like we talked about last time, are like dodgy, like what do we do? Don't call them settlements. Dodgy flat like places in Washington, and they're always for sale and they're always going cheap. Like I don't know what they do around there that's putting everybody off, but like you kind of get there from there to where I couldn't change start times. Not unless I want to end up in a dark mental place, which is the reason why I do mornings, because doing the later times was having a very bad effect on us. But then again, it's just what it is, man. But no, if I was to change my times, then it would be because we don't really have. Like, I like the shift pattern that I do now, because then like my day's over at 12:30, which is great. If it wasn't, it would be 6 o'clock. And if you were going to change this, and then by the time you're, hey Tortoise, by the time you're trying to travel home at that time, and he gets travel sick, I get travel sick, it's just stupid. And I am looking for an afternoon job that isn't at my place, because yeah, I have to stay there 5 minutes over the time that I would normally stay. It's gonna get dicey for people. Like today, I don't know. I wanted to punch customers because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because of the elephants upstairs. Would definitely sell, I suppose. That would solve a lot of issues, actually. Customers at work wouldn't be able to ask us questions. I'd just like point at my ears and go, I'm sorry, I don't know what you say. I wouldn't be bothered by the birds screeching. But I might get hit by cars. You know, you're trying to like cross and you're near a corner and you can often hear the cars before you see them. Well, I'll definitely sell, I can't hear them coming, can I? But yeah, I've got the mortgage advisor, just and all that stuff. Looking for a 2-bedroom place. Well, I don't even, like, we talked about it, and even if it was like a 1-bedroom with like a decent sized living room, decent sized bedroom, one sleeping, one's treatment. Yeah, so it would just be that, like, I would not want to walk anywhere in my city for fear of getting run over, even on a sidewalk. It's we have like just on the little stretch of street where my shop is, we've got 2 pedestrian crossings. No, we cannot stream in the same room. I can't stream when he's screaming on like an idiot. We have separate at the minute, so it would just be like I got to sleep early and he does, so I would just use the bedroom and then he would just use the living room as something else. It you know. I just have to keep looking. There's nothing you can do about it. I saw somebody in my street. I don't know if they bought. There was a place a little further down from me. That's what you and the other half do. I don't know if they, because there was a place for sale a little further down, but they got an offer of, I think it was 55, and then I think it sold, but I don't think I got that in time. I can't remember what it was. Or it was the fact that it was a downstairs and I don't want to do that again. It was something or other. I didn't get a look at it. But there was a woman outside of there yesterday and she was talking to 2 blokes, and I don't know what they were asking her, but she was like, well, I didn't think I'd have to buy myself a whole new kitchen. And I was like, can you tell me? I don't know if she was a tenant from somewhere, because we have, I think my street's just a lot of rental properties. Like I said, the woman that bought this place, she's never even set fucking foot in it. She just bought it just to rent out. She had someone really badly decorate it in Magnolia. They glossed the doors with, I don't know what it is, but it's not really gloss. It flakes off if you try and clean them. She could have just left it the way it was. It was absolutely fine. Like, it took longer for me to be able to move in because, you know, she just wanted to have a, apparently, you know, put a stamp on it. Well, that's fine if you're gonna live here, but if you're not, pack it in. Am I being chased? So I thought what I'm gonna do is a nice short stream of Once Human. You gonna lurk desk time? Oh, well, good luck on the desk, Juniper. And if you have to punch anybody, just tell them I said you're allowed. Okay? They can try and sue me from America. See how that works. Hope everyone is doing well. I don't even want to talk about it, Taurus. How are you? How are you doing? What have you been up to? I was going to go into that little PY, but their level's a little bit high for me. I'm not going to... Is that someone's house? Oh, look at it. Oh, so that's impressive now. It looked purple. It looked nice and purple on the way up. No, I am disappointed by your place. Oh no, how can you be? Look at that, it's nice. You doing good? Nice. Was it just me or did it look purple? I thought it was the one that I like. What about Benjamin? That's where I've lived there before. My dad says nobody should live there. The only issues we had when we lived there, because we used to live on what's called the racecourse estate. Apparently the streets of it are named after racecourses. I wouldn't know. But yeah, I've lived there before. It was alright. Apart from we had somebody put the window out on the door and melted a bin. While I slept. There's plenty there, but like I've seen there's a lot of them down there in like Saltwell area. I've been all over the sites, honestly. I've even got estate agents sending me a list of properties they think I'll be interested in. Yeah, that was, I slept through the bin melting incident. Western Centers, yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them all. We lived in the, it's the ones where I don't think other countries will have these. You know, where there's like an upstairs, downstairs flat and the doors are kind of near each other, but the doors they're outside and you can normally... There'll be like 4 doors, so there's, you can't see me hands. It's kind of like in an L shape. One door and then the other door, and then on the opposite side there's another L shape and you can walk underneath them and out of them. And we lived in upstairs one of those. And the bin was right outside of my bedroom, like kind of underneath my bedroom window a bit. And just woke up in the morning and the bin was melted. I wasn't laughing at the time. And the neighbours was like, oh, I had to use my rug to put it out. Those were dodgy neighbours. I think they did it. And I was like, alright, what am I going to do with this puddle of plastic? Oh no, I was looking for commissions. Commissions. I haven't done the raiding one yet. I nearly have. Oh, what did I press that for? I remember when that happened, God, when I was a teenager and I was living at home, we... Obviously, bathroom windows are kind of frosted here. I'm assuming most countries do that. But anyhow. I remember I was going to go for a bath and I saw that there was a bin and kind of out the back. It was a long line of flats. There weren't like a communal back. Not yard. And there was a little bit of like a car park kind of thing behind it. And I remember saying like, oh, something's on fire out there. And I just minded my business, had me bath and that. And it wasn't until later on. And my dad seen it. And he was like, oh my god, it was all bin. Somebody set the bin up. It's bin burnings used to be all the rage back in the day, I think. But I didn't think that of it. It's outside. It wasn't really near anything. It was kind of in the little... It's not really a car park, but like a little parking bit. And I thought, well, it's not going to... Nothing else is going to catch fire. Oh, I just wasn't thinking. And then it turned out it was all bin. And there was a proper little charred patch where it used to be. When they used to have the metal ones, I don't think that happened so often when you did it, because it was a big metal bin. Way back in the day. It's like a proper bin man here. I mind the display, there's a dust in the top. Those called blamey trousers. I don't know what called blamey trousers are. Anyway, just a council flat. Good luck for him, because you can't get one of those these days. What about you? Are you on my level? I'm not gonna know. No, you're not. I'm a chicken. I'm only gonna pick on people around my level. You're only safe while you're above. So you know you don't want to stay anywhere. See where you work, for obvious reasons. What about distance to work? Not located to work too well. I wouldn't even need to I think they run at that time? I don't know. To be fair, I don't mind walking anyway. Like, I used to walk 45 minutes to work in the morning when I worked at the call centre. Now, granted, it wasn't at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I used to do that. And then the walk back up used to kill us though. Because it was all, well, kind of uphill a little bit. And then the rest of it was downhill to get there. Easy. And the majority was uphill to get home. Great party has begun. No, I'm not going to go because you know why I'm not going to go? To your party. It won't let me get any more. I'm just going to lift this up so I can. Can I fuel up more actions? There you are. I go there and there's these crates you can open, and you've got a chance to get the deviations that look like pals. There only seems to be 3 that I've seen anyway, but that's not the point. And now when I open the gold, oh sugar, no, I'm not gonna, no. Send 2 links to that end of town centre out of the price range. Out of the price range you'd be viewing? What was I going to say? Yeah, so when I go there now, and I try and open the nice gold crates that can have them in it keeps telling us that my storage is full. And I don't know what to do about it, so I'm not going to go to the party. Good luck with that. Oh, I've got to climb up there. See, this is what I get for trying to sass the game. Music's sounding a little bit sinister. Like the amount of deposit you have that you get on mortgage to be cheaper than rent. Ah, yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind because we're like, oh, this is a lower level area. Oh, we're all in for a treat now. What's gonna say? I wouldn't mind just taking out a longer one, but you know, just paying off quicker. Like, because when I was looking, so I thought, I'm not sure what I thought about percentages. This sounds so thick. I don't know what I thought about percentages. They're like, okay, deco-wise, probably no need to spend anything to start with. Oh yeah, that's the thing. So because I'm looking for just somewhere that, like, you know, it's mine. I wouldn't mind, like I said, taking out a mortgage for longer if I had to. But I mean, I know the maximum I can have. But like, I'm paying off. Because she said you can pay 10% overpayment each year. But I thought that meant 10% of what you would pay for a year. Yeah, you can take longer and pay quicker. Yeah, exactly. Ooh! No. Hey! Cheeky little light bulb. Oh no, one of them. I was going to fight so she can't hear me. She's just where I am. She hasn't got a head anyway, I don't know how she can see it. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, because I thought it was like 10% of the payment for the year or something. I thought wrong. 10% total value, yeah, exactly. I didn't know that. When she was working it out for us, and she was like, "Oh yeah, so obviously depending how much the place is, I could have it paid off in 10. Do you know what I mean? Especially with considering how much I'm paying out for rent and whatnot." And she said, "Because you know you can do it's the 10% total value," and I was like, "Ah." I felt like a right thick idiot. I didn't tell her what I originally thought. I mean, I'm clearly telling the rest of the whole internet what I think now. I didn't tell her that, and I was like, "Oh yeah." Like, "Oh yeah, I knew that." And no, I didn't know that. I thought it was 10% of the year, which is absolutely not what it is. It's what you said. So I should have been less offended with the Lloyd's woman last year than I was. I was highly offended when she said I needed a certain amount of time to pay it off. And I was like, no, I don't. That's not what I want. No, you can pay it off quicker. Yeah, you can pay it off quicker. I was proper childish about it. I didn't say that to her, but that's what I was thinking in my head. That's not what I asked you for. It's not what I want. So, but if you pay more most places, the fees are less than the extra investment. Yeah, exactly. I did say that. It explained what, depending on what percent you, like what percent you go over, it depends on what percent fees. So say 15% paid, you make a fee of 199, but then save, yeah, exactly. Then save like full term 500 interest. So still worth the dividend. Yeah, exactly. Because I remember you saying that like what you paid in fees for paying it off quicker wasn't was worth it. Oh geez, where is all coming from? Did somebody come out and notice that I got here? I thought this was gonna be an easy one. But yeah, now I know that I'm a little bit more informed. So I will be less offended in the future. I do 20 years, so then it's cheap and then can afford even not working or renting. Yeah. That would be the maximum I would prefer to have, 20 years, and then, because I don't like to spend anyway, so I would just put extra towards it each month, and then, like, what I was comfortable with. Because if I said I would want it for, like, short, and then it comes out to be maybe it's a bit more than I'm comfortable paying per month or whatever. Oh, this adult business is hard, man. Jesus. Do you too. Get away. Oh, it's getting a bit... what's it called? Sanity draining over here. Not sure why. I don't like. I'm in a public encounter. How would that not be? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. What on earth is happening here? Let's get back up there. Let's get back up there, I'm scared. Another paid, that's a lot of money. There's 299. Fee penalty in 4 years, I'm at going 20, so now half paid off. Current month should be 112, but paying 320. Didn't see anything. Small. There it is, that's the big bugger. I was here to do the point of interest, not that. We're leaving. Do you like those things? The events. I still like the smaller one. I don't know if they still do. I'm just gonna run away now. What? Can't I just look at a map? Battle music freaking us out. Oh, I thought I was gonna get the little yellow flowers, but I'm not. Wait, so we've probably done the commission. I did. Can I get a... Use deviation skills in combat 10 times. I don't know how to instruct them to do them. I'm not going to do the fishing. We'll cut off top of my head from full-time costs of £84 to like... Sorry, 84k, 61k. If I can keep up with other payments and no ad hoc payments. So saving 23,000. That's a decent saving. We'll do some recycling. I'm not doing the stupid comments, so I've already done 3. I just need to do 5, so that's I can do that one. And then it's are we? There we go. I'm gonna gather some ore. On my news, I spent 11,000 yesterday. What on? Did you buy a new body part? Like, what did you do? I don't know how much body parts are. New double glazing. Oh, is it that expensive though? Like, unless you double glaze in a tower block, why does it cost that much? And I mean a full tower block, not just, you know, a couple of flats in it. 9k for the windows, 2 for the... They're gonna charge you 2k for fucking scaffolding. Nah. Whatever happened to Safe Style UK and those cowboys? They would have done it for you with a ladder. And still overcharged you. 4th floor? I don't even care if it's the 4th floor. Not giving the bugger £2,000 for a scaffolding. Skill the walls like Spider-Man. Break your legs while you're putting me double glazing and see if I can... No. I'm joking, Still though, fucking hell. That's a massive cost. Have you not thought about just boarding your windows up instead? You don't need sunlight. You're not a plant. You don't need photosynthesis. You'll be alright. Like, seal them up, brick them up instead. That'll be cheaper. Other quotes were 14 to 15k. Aye, but you see, they quote you this, and then you know how it works. They'll probably still try and charge you more. Well, that didn't work. That's a bit of a wet fart. Should be able to get like 3k back from the eco grants. Yeah, but that's not the point. If I was one of those grand people and you were trying to get 3k back and you were paying 2k for scaffolding, I'd tell you to go away. But you're wasting my money, sir. Off you pop. I see them advertising. I think it's YouTube all the time because I don't really watch telly, so it's probably not telly. About trying to get people. I think it's some kind of dodgy company. Got that any ore 150 times? And you're saying I've got none? I just gathered ore. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, talking about, you know, getting solar panels and stuff. And all houses in the UK should have these. It's not right for all houses, but okay, crack on. Minimum of 249 per window in Scotland. Up to like 500 for a window. Tiny glass. Are you getting stained glass windows put in? Are you trying to turn it into a cathedral? You can tell I've never had to for a grant refund still. A++ rating. I don't know. With tint, no, you see, there you go. Knew you were hiding something, trying to get all fancy with it. And by tinting, do you mean like, you know, painting stained glass? I don't need these. Back on my day, you used to put lead stripping on the windows and be done with it. Trying to make them look fancy. Well, office and living room with tint so sun is diffused rather than direct. See, I knew you didn't need the sun. Avoid the glaring. Is this game having me on? Oh, there we go. I think it was back in the days when Artex was all the rage. The putting the lead stuff on the windows. I'm still heavy. Okay. But yeah, we were going to do when we bought the place, but didn't get around to it. Oh well. It's something you've been wanting to do for a while. I think I had just one random tate in my backpack, did I not? I was going to eat it. And the Artex is off. Nice. Yeah, you must have been determined, I tell you. I remember we had it on the walls. Did we have it on the walls? I think there was a part of the wall that had it on the wall as well. So not only was it the thick stuff on the ceiling, but when it was on the wall and they used kind of like a comb to do like a shell pattern on it. And some of the ceiling too, so that was fun. I couldn't wait for the plaster to dry off. Well, yeah, you see, look, 2 birds, 1 stone. You got the Artex off. You've added a new little bit of ceiling. You might not have wanted to, but I'm sure it complements the gaff. Yeah, so Artex looks nice. I'm gathering these ores and they're not counting. Well, before anybody says anything, I know that was an orange. Although the type I had was Pebble Dash type yuck. As the stuff they had on the ceiling was proper thick, like thick waves. Never looked nice, looked proper chunky. And then there was the stuff that was quite thin on the wall and done in a shell pattern. Thought that was okay. The problem was my dad's dead handy, and obviously not so much. I mean, he still is, but like if his back's playing up, he's done. He's one of these people that like he'll just work out how to do it, and we will always wanted stuff done, and he just worked out how to like just do it. He built like a 4-poster bed once. Wish wanted one. Got the wood and just made it. Pain in the arse to paint. Had to brush. Yeah. He also made sheds out of, just like, you know, the wooden pallets. And a little playhouse. Well, there's a shed and a playhouse for my sister. I like to get stuff in most of the time for stuff I can do. Yeah, exactly. And fixing his car. He never gets like there's always, and I'm not even joking or exaggerating. There's no exaggeration here. There's always something wrong with the car that he's got, and then he'll get the parts from the scrapyard or he'll do whatever, and he'll get under there and like he'll get it fixed again. Not so much these days, because you know if he gets under a car with the way his back is now, he's not getting back out. He's gonna have to just live there. But him and my uncle used to just always just get the bits and then fix them because nobody's paying for mechanics. Right, I'm gonna go home and empty my stuff. The only reason I was travelling this far was because I was just trying to get the commission done. I can teleport here and then go over there to do my little level 3 thing. We'll go home, get rid of the crap. Any kind of DIY's got a tool for it, which is why I have a lot of them. You never know when you need a wrench, or you always need a screwdriver. Everybody should have screwdrivers. I've got socket set. I've got screwdriver. He gives us his old electric drill because I used to, like, if I needed to build stuff, I used to just build it as well. I was gonna get rid of these two. Like when I lived in my ex's house and I made the thing for the birds, it was like 6 foot length, 3 foot wide, and then how high did I go? I think probably 6 high. But I didn't have an electric drill or anything. I screwed the screws in manually with the screwdriver because I didn't have the thing. And the only thing I needed help with was putting the doors on, and I got really angry with my ex because he couldn't keep them still. I was like, I've done all this, and you can't even keep the doors that I put on were like thin bits of wood with wire mesh over it, so they weren't even heavy. It's good to build. My other half was quoted last year $800 for a new set of tires. I did them, cost $350, and had to buy the lever irons, 3 hours graft, and a cracked nail. Saved about $350. Exactly. Oh yeah, my dad would never pay someone to get to change his tire. I know quite a few people just prefer to get them themselves. When I worked at the call centre, one of the lads was talking about what tyres he was getting. Because he was ordering the tyre and then put them in himself. He's a canny lad, him. He still works there, I think. Good for him. I couldn't. Am I missing somewhere to put me oars? Merge. I saved like 100 on mechanic fees. Yeah, I mean, look, no offense to mechanics, because I couldn't do what they do, but the fact that they charge by the hour, and then you don't even know how many hours they've actually, worked on it. They can just tell you. And then you got the ones that'll like overquote women because they're women and they don't think women know anything about cars. And it's like, hey. Just because someone's a man doesn't mean they know anything about cars either. And then you have some mechanics that are probably just totally above board. Quote you what they need to quote you and don't take the mick. We had I've talked a few times about how like stuff's not selling at work as much as it used to. Obviously prices have gone up. Prices of food's crazy at the minute. We had some pork joints that, because people aren't buying a lot of meat, and I don't think they're becoming vegetarians and vegans, I think it's genuinely a price issue. We're having a lot that gets reduced because it comes up to that day. A member of staff, I'm not going to name him because I don't normally name my colleagues anyway. He decides he's just going to clear what was left on the shelf before anybody bought it. He was going to get 5 pork joints. Now, if this was somebody who didn't have previous for this, maybe I just thought somebody was stocking up. Like, the company still gets the money the same. It's not, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, the shop's not missing out on anything. But, like, because they have previous for doing this, they were asked to, like, not take so much and, like, probably don't do that. But I'm like, and this is, apparently they don't, I mean, they have multiple holidays a year and all that. This is obviously why you get stuff and it's cheap and you put it in the freezer and you get it when you need it. But I don't really think, like, am I stuck? Yeah? There we go. I don't really think whether you've got money or you don't have money should determine what you can get. But it wasn't about that. It was about that this person's just very greedy. If they see a bargain... Did I touch away? Oh, I did when I pressed G. Like, they're all over it. Other people, like, could probably really do with saving some money too. Or maybe he's just buying some meat for the tea. That's cheap. And he's got previous. I think he tried to take 10 steaks once. He got told no. He'll, like, if anybody's doing any reductions, he's in there, like, hovering over them. The lasses that do ambient stuff, they're sick of him. Crazy. New lights 400 for garage, Amazon 55 in 1 hour, YouTube in 2 hours work. Yeah, no, my dad would never pay anyone for his lights. Never. Have a mate that works in a pub kitchen, I bet? No, he doesn't. He's just greedy. Nope. It's for him. It's become a bit of a thing. Nobody else does this though. It's not a widespread thing. Most people don't even really buy this stuff. That's because like they've normally bought it somewhere else already. People's like the fridges, the freezer's full. They're not putting stuff in, and let someone else get a bargain. But no, he's just greedy, and that's what bothers people. Not I took the wood from the beaver place. I knew I'd picked up something wrong. I'm just gonna have to get rid of all that wood now because I don't need it. Because the same one to one of the lasses. She's the one that does. She was so when stuff's a deleted line. For anybody that doesn't do retail, it means we used to sell it, but we're going to stop. It's not coming in anymore, so it goes into a deleted line. And then often on the system, the price goes down. Sometimes it doesn't though, and you would have to manually mark it down. We don't get to pick the prices or anything. That it's set prices that the system comes up with. It's got nothing to do with us. You just would put in like why you're reducing it, and then it'll do its thing. But it kept hanging around them when the ladies when they were trying to do the going for the deleted stuff, and he kept picking stuff up and saying, "Oh, well, how much? Like, how much is this? How much is that? And how much?" And they were like, "That's not deleted. That's not getting reduced." And they got that sick of him. They went on the break. While they went on their break, he starts scanning some of the stuff on their cage to see if it was deleted or not. Now he's got a job to do just as much as everybody else has, and that's not his job. He's not a bad meaning person, which makes it a bit more difficult to deal with, because like he isn't a bad person. He's just a little bit greedy, and I don't know if he's just used to doing stuff like that, or he doesn't know that it's annoying to do. But he's, I don't know. Like, there's that much stuff getting reduced at the minute. There was, somebody reduced 50, was it 50? 2 salmon fillets this morning. I think I did 30 the day before or the day before that. It's literally just not selling. It's a lot of... The company can't be making money on it. But the fact that people aren't buying things doesn't seem to have caught up with them yet, so the prices are still going up. On the bright side, there were some sweets that had a cheap price on the other day. There was some multi-packs of Maltesers. Went down, like little bags, went down to 75 pence. it happens sometimes when like packaging's changing as well. So they might reduce the old packaging and that, but you know what I mean. Reduce them so they're out for them when the new packaging comes in. All that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's some multi-packs Maltesers for 75p. You can even get now for 75p these days. Let me claim my things. Thank you. Biomechanical part. Yeah. Okay, nice. See, I have a question though about the whole, like, it's got to make that works in the pub. Would you, because it's got that day's date on it, so I know when it comes to meat and like things expiring, they can't, like, the stuff can't tell the time, so it's not like it goes, okay, it's midnight. Why am I, what did you do? Blah. What did you do? That's what you did. Okay. It kind of tells the time. It doesn't go, you know, oh, okay, so used by the 13th, and then it gets to a minute into the 14th, and then the meat's like, oh god, I'm off now. You can't eat us now. But at the same time, I don't know if I was going to go for a pub lunch. I would want them to be serving us pork that had the previous day's date on or something. Ew. Oh, is it going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way. That's all the giants meat. Beef, not so much. People are used to paying a lot of money for beef, so I don't think that bothers them. I do think meat should be expensive, though. Oh, she's done it again! Never! Stop turning it off. Still okay. Amazing it. It's very good. Probably get accepted. 81,500 with 15k deposit. Will be everything working still needed. Then 20 months would be for 6 months. 100 months to January. Amazing that you linked. Oh, okay. I'll have a look. Live that. Don't be a dick, man. She keeps, so she likes to, I've said many times, she likes to climb on the keyboard. But when she does that, she either presses the number keys, the F keys, or she climbs up on the wire and detaches it. Well, she doesn't actually detach it. It shouldn't be that easily upset, to be fair with you. Looks nice. If I were after another place, I'd go for it, but I'm poor at the minute. Well, I'll put her at the minute. You live in, oh, I was going to say you live in England. You didn't. But you know, you're attached to it. You know the struggles. I don't know if, is any country doing well in terms of wealth? And I don't mean just because it's got a whole load of rich people in it. I mean, like, is there any country where the normal people are actually comfortable? I think the only normal people that are comfortable in this country are the benefit scroungers, and by that I don't mean people who actually genuinely need them. I mean the ones that have got like their little fiddle jobs while they're getting, you know, their personal independence payments because they cannot leave the house, but at the same time they're working in like the local pub. I mean them kinds. Yeah, cash in hand fiddle jobs. I'm sure they're still a thing. That you're getting your rent and everything paid by the council, and you're also raking in money. Well, they can't really pay that much, otherwise what's the point in doing the dodgy out of the books? I mean off the books kind of stuff. It isn't the one doing. Nibbler, you better stop biting me. He's trying to take pieces of me, I think. Alright, we're going to go there. So to get there, we're going to press down there. Nice. And when I got home from that whole thing yesterday, I was depressed. I was like, that's it. So I spent the rest of the day in bed with watching Made in Chelsea with Nibbler and Tinkerbell. Am I heavy again? Moving pretty slow. Old episodes of Made in Chelsea as well. I watch these reality programs, right, and I don't even like the people on them. I'm just used to watching them. So with the Made in Chelsea lot, I like to see how these rich people live. It's all put on for telly. It's not really what their day-to-day lives are actually like. I know that. But it's still fun to take the mick out of them. Prices in... Hang on. I was like, where's Ben Schwarry? The adventure area is going up too. Coming up fast. Ow! Okay, now this is like still sort of think. It's like, prices in the market. Where's this country? Where's Ben Schwarry? They're all going up, but it's not really. I genuinely don't think it's sustainable. I think is probably just. I don't know if there's that many development companies or private landlords out there that are actually going to be able to buy them all up. They're going to have to run out of money eventually. Although, while they're milking the tenants for everything they can get, probably not. That's where the money comes from. People have been saying it for years, you know, but if the council just built some fucking properties instead of knocking them down, all that money could be going to them instead. They wouldn't be paying for people's rent in like private places. Like they're the ones that like own it. It's so stupid. Hey, how high up are we going? There we go. Strike a pose. That was the wrong kind of pose. She's shifted me over. Is it caps? Yeah. Do I not prefer that one? Oh, I don't know. As above places like Northeast, they won't drop as prices are low, demand too high. They'd have to build like 1 million houses, flats would drop prices. It's like if you're on benefits, don't they help pay towards your rent in your private places? Actually, I know they do actually. And that's money that they wouldn't be paying to somebody else because it's their place. It's so stupid. Ooh, nearly broke my ankles. And it's one of the reasons why people are blaming immigrants. And like, oh yeah, you're going to house them and you're paying this money to house them and you're doing this to house them. But other people can't get houses, and it's like, again, that's not the immigrants' problem. Take it up with the government, make them change it. How do we go about doing that? I have no idea. Some councils will pay up to amount rent will be 50%. It's I don't know how it works. I only know I think 2 people that get universal credit. Actually, I know 3, but one of them actually lives in a council house. And they've been waiting for repairs for years at this point. Still is a 2-bedroom council house. I wouldn't complain. I did my own repairs. For the whole reason why they're in universal credit, they can't really afford housing repairs anyway. If that was me, no, I'd be fixing that place up if I could. I'm the one living in it. But at the same time, you're paying to fix somebody else's property, which isn't really fair. Wait, anything else in the vicinity? Capybaras are there. I've never caught one. I don't know if I'm going in else. Oh, have I not done this one? I thought it was one of those places that I gave up on because I couldn't find them. Game's a little bit slow today. It had its routine maintenance yesterday. Wait, what are you doing? I don't want to go to the... I want to go here. Will you stop? Get off. What did we do? What did you do? Be right back. Okie dokie. I'll probably still be here. Plus Denise. No. All the potatoes. Potatoes and sweet corn. Potato and sweet corn soup. Would probably be nice. Actually, how would that be? That's not long. It's fine. Oh, I said that because I've got something new and I need to check on, but it hasn't been that long. So it should be fine. Someone needs to go highway maintenance and have that tree sorted. It's gotta be a hazard. Did you call it highway maintenance? I can bash these ones. You know what I should also do? I should also use me bear. Get them started. That too. Can you bash these? I think I headbutted it. Ah. I'm operating a gun. Okay, I didn't need me deviation. I thought you'd enjoy a little bit of exercise. I've been playing Christmas music at work as well since I think it was before the 1st of the month. I don't mind the happy ones. I quite like the happy ones. But some Christmas songs are flipping depressing. Or they just sound it. I don't know if they're actually depressing. Like the lyrics, I don't know if the lyrics are meant to be. It's just the kind of music that goes with it. Bear did a great job. I have me wolf from last time, and I have a boar that I got this time. The only one I've placed is the bear, though. I have used the wolf before. I've never used the wolf, so that's fine. Yeah, it's running too fast, so you need to let it dry and keep it damp to stop cracking. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Why would it dry too fast though? Isn't it just supposed to like know how to dry itself? Oh, you don't think you got the mix right? Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was just like that was a thing with all. At least you know though. Because I wouldn't know to like that. stop it. I wouldn't know there was any difference. Now it's just be like, oh, it's fine. Probably crumble and fall off. Right, okay. Where are the ripples then? Did you lie to me? Come here, fat. It's there. These more for crates are not worth it, but it's experience. Ew, they look like really dodgy fingers. I didn't like it. Paint and plastering, modern patches. Yeah, I've never. I mean, me dab. You know, if I wasn't wearing this rabbit mask, I think I'd be open to all kinds of infections. These do not look like I should be breathing anywhere near them. I think this is where COVID came from. There's a bunch of these guys running around with COVID. The heats are exploding and everybody gets it. Seems like it's be real here after week. I'm sure there's a film where stuff bursts and that's how you get the infection. Vehicles parked beyond that. I am busy. I responsibly park my vehicle. Thank you very much. Just so you know. I don't feel like me stun batons like stunning anybody. I might not have. There's probably some kind of weapon mod that I just didn't equip because I'm not good with those things. Snacks is. He'll have a look and be like, "What should I use for what kind of builds?" And then we build. Unless you mean a house, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm not gonna hit you. Killed one last time and I felt really bad. Thought they were evil. No, 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 no. Okay, evil wolf, get away from him. There we go. I didn't want that to blow up and... Oh, you did it! Hey! Have a word with yourself, man. That was mean. Don't be ashamed of yourself. I'm a beastmaster. I shouldn't be killing animals. My animals shouldn't be killing animals. Oh, you're just out? Yeah, I'm just murdering. Okay. I think it feels bad about what he did. Last one. Flying gits. What's everyone's favourite Christmas film? Because I have a few. Like, is there a film that you feel like, because I know people have certain songs, they don't feel like it's Christmas until they hear the song. For a lot of people, it's Tale of New York. Don't know why. I don't quite like it. But I have genuinely heard people say it's not Christmas season when they hear that. Is there any film that's just not Christmas if you don't watch it? Are you okay? Are you resting? Okay. I'll pick you up on the way back then. I feel like I am sleeping now. So normally when it gets to November, December, I feel like I need to rewatch all the Harry Potters, because why wouldn't I? Everybody should do that at least once a year. But it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and not so much these days, but it used to be Scrooged as well. If I hadn't seen those two films, it was like I'd wasted the Christmas period. You're watered? Is Hagrid had a stroke? Autocorrect didn't even try and help you there, did it, Centurion? The phone did you dirty. Yeah. When it gets to like the cold weather and stuff, I think it's very fun. I'm using the keyboard too. What are you doing? Nothing. See, Nibbler's trying to do me over. But yeah, that's just for this time of year. So I've already thought about it. I haven't started yet. But if for Christmas, it has to be Christmas Vacation and Scrooged. I quite like Arthur Christmas as well. I didn't see that until a couple of years ago. I don't know how old it is. Quite like that one. Brain finger disconnect. Yeah, it happens, man. You know. Sometimes the digits just like to betray you. See, my keyboard likes to betray me. It's not even that old. My other one, I used it for years. Snacks used it for a bit, but then it was quite loud for his streaming, so he stopped. Never had any issues with it. This one, I feel like I only got it last year. It just doesn't. It's not good. There's no longevity in it. I don't think I would buy an Eagle Maker again. Oh, I thought we were there. Don't trick me. Don't make me feel bad. Little jelly lady. It'd be nice if I got a deviation. I'm sure you can get the jelly deviations. Harry Potter show will probably be the thing next year. I don't think I'm going to partake. Oh, she's done it again. Nibbler! don't think there's any need for a show. Harry Potter's, for me, it's run its course. It was good. Just leave it there. We don't need to keep going or redoing or whatever we're doing. Yeah, but I agrees. Loudly. I don't really know anybody who is looking forward to it, I'll be honest. And it's not just that whole race switching thing that they're doing. Like, if they wanted to, surely they could have just said, oh, we're going to make a show that's like Harry Potter. You know, kind of Harry Potter-esque. Shh. You'd want one about the Weasley brother that trained dragons? That would be Charlie. Brenton and Scarlet. And that's Charlie Weasley. I'm gonna give it to my brother Charlie in Romania. No. I'm heading that way. I think it's Bill, Charlie, Percy, Fred, George, Ron, and Ginny. I bet the Weasleys didn't know they had a fucking son called Percy, but they have. I'm seeing it. You just want more dragons? Yeah, we didn't get a lot, did we? I don't think... What are you doing? Sick. She really hates me today. Straight to the top. The films were good for what they were. I think... which you'll probably hear from me in a lot of cases, quite... The books made a bit more sense. Hello? My still is trapped in the radio waves. What are you telling me for? I'm not a necromancer. The difference between day and night is the difference between sunlight and pink and purple lamps. What are you on about? The phone rang at 7 p.m, the light came on, and I stepped into the telephone booth. I picked up the receiver, ready to take the call. This wasn't a telephone booth, it was my eternal harbour. Cross radio waves, eternal and unbroken. Where's your point? Don't give me riddles, I don't do riddles. If you want us to know somebody, tell us that's it. The one on escape from the vault at the bank was only one in, wasn't it? No, they had the ones from the Triwizard Tournament. There was Hagrid had one. Norbert? I mean, Hagrid is just hatched. Yes, you had the one from Bank, the girl, was it 3 or 4 from the 4 from the Triwizard Tournament. And Hagrid had Norbert. He was before any of that. She turned on the sensitivity on the mouse. What was she? Don't know how she was. Oh, that was sent to brother, yeah. I'm gonna start on you. I don't know where you've been. Ooh, you shoot. the message. And the Dayton wetlands, you can reach us via 4 telephone booths. Signals from these 4 telephone booths are intertwined to 4 pointed start. Oh yeah, nah. Listen to what the world has to tell you. Feel the guidance of the radio waves. The answers you have been dreaming of can be found at the spot where the radio waves meet. So there's a 4 pointed star, and at the middle... Who is making the zombie noises? Don't like it. Don't appreciate it. Where's the... Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here. Still need to find another one and activate the rift anchor. Okay. Can do, can do. Know what your problem is. Don't come with me out with your pissy noises now, you've been a pest. Where's the phone now? Just out here? Maybe the one I've already interacted with. Possibly? I'm trying to leave.
Metahuman. Deviation signals have been detected coming from a telephone booth in the northern Dayton wetlands. If you hear any strange ringing sounds while in the area, go investigate.
I already read that. Well, something close to that. Why is the proper water sounds? There is no... This isn't... I don't know if that's more of a crit. It is. It is, but it's not going to let me do anything. Game is having issues today. I wasted arrows. That's what I'm annoyed about. Another one down. Don't think we investigated this building. Haven't had anything from a drinks machine for years. I don't think I'd want what's in these ones. It's not exactly that expensive, is it? Forgotten how to get up here, but I'm sure it's actually easier than this. Yeah, it is. Oh, I might have gone up the wrong thing. I thought one of these had ladders. to you too. I don't know why I'm collecting all this. I think these materials are probably a bit too low level for anything I need. That was a very pathetic way of saying need. Knocked your head clean off. I'm just gonna man this bar for a bit while I decide where we're going next. Yeah, there's your 2 telephones, I know. That's one of the ones I gave up on. I'm not gonna go back to it. We're gonna just keep it pushing. Oh, only missing 2 weapon and armor crates from that one. They're only easier to find than the mythical ones. Except the mythical ones do light up. So... Okay, we're just going to stand here for a moment, and when we do that, I'll run an ad to get it out of the way. Just be 60 seconds at most, I think. I hate ads for YouTube on like for AI stuff. Stop taking notes on that AI. No, I will not. And no one now and then. It's not really necessary to use the car, but I'm going to. Punks. Riding into town on the motorcycles. Bless you, Nibbler, bless you. High bank. Okay. Ah, the smell of nature. Okay. Some kind of animal out there enjoying itself. Oof. No, I think it kind of killed you, so you shouldn't be able to stamp on me. I mean, not stamp on me, but explode on me. There's a difference. See, you were not allowed to climb over the counter. Yeah, I told you. Fool. Did I get the things from here? you need... no, you don't. Pretend you need more than 1 hour to take you out. Lies. That definitely used to be a bit impressive. Be a bit more impressive. Is it a low level? Is that what's going on? It is. It's level 2. Oh my! I don't use that anyway. That's fine. It's probably what the problem is. Don't know why I didn't upgrade it. I know I've been here before. Just missing 2 weapon crates. I think one's up on a hill. Oh! Get away, get back. Know your place. Personal space is a right, not a luxury. Yeah, we did get this one last time. Of course we did. Ow, what is wrong with you two? Why have you got a happy balloon face? You're so mean. Mixed signals. It's like when Nibbler wants to be stroked, but then like she begs. And then expects to be stroked afterwards. Like, no, I don't know what you want. You want me to touch you? Do you not want me to touch you? A friend at work was talking, because I've talked about when they win the lottery before, I think everybody wants to. A friend was saying, like, years ago, when the lottery hadn't been hadn't been around for that long. Somebody won like either 1 or just over 1 million. And at the time, I think they put like everybody in the PayPal if you won. And this winning the lotto would make life too easy. I want an easy life. Apparently, like, so this poor woman had been put in the PayPal because she'd won, and she was receiving like letters from people she'd never even heard of, saying like, you know, oh, I need a prosthetic, or I need this, or I need that, and I was like, she's not a charity. That's her money. Hey, what the hell? What makes you think you're entitled to other people's money? Like, you're offering them nothing in return. You're not doing a job for them. But like, yeah, it was yeah. Because we were just talking about it today. And I was like, see, some people, they don't like to say no because they don't want to upset people. I don't have that issue. So if I ever won and some stranger start asking me for money, they're gonna get 2 words. One starts with F and the other one ends with F. Because we were saying, like, if it was one of the big ones, you know, you probably end up giving most of it away to charities and stuff, because some of them, the amount is like, it's an amount you never need. See if somebody won, yeah, like the 100 million euro or something. You don't need that. So there would be family members who I would absolutely give money to. There are some who I would not. And then there are charities, and then there's like, you know, I think if it's such a massive amount, it would be nice if you were able to give it to people that you wanted to, but then people might feel like they have to. Or, you know, somebody didn't get as much as somebody else, so then they're like huffed about it, and it could probably just cause all sorts of issues, honestly. Yep, 100 million, 1 million house, 1 million the family each, so like 10 there. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't spend $1 million on a freaking house. Give out. I'd probably have to spend that on security. I just get like a nice price tag. Because even if I had won the Euro Millions, I'm still like a council estate person at all. I wouldn't know what it's like to have money, so. I always think everything's expensive, so. Butler, 75k a year. So you're gonna win, and then you're just gonna stop being an independent adult like I live with. Jeeves, come tie my shoelaces. Private chef, times 2 to cover all hours, 40k. You're really planning this out. You got a spreadsheet somewhere. Whoa. Cleaner, 40k. Yeah. Why would a cleaner be getting? Well, if you've got a massive house, that's fair. Cleaner? No, I'm not letting a stranger into my house to clean. I like cleaning, and sometimes it's the only thing that keeps me sane when I'm having a bad day. Nibbler! You know what I will need at some point? I'm going to need new lips after Nibbler rips mine off. So lottery money would go well for that, because I wouldn't want them really fake looking dope lips. I'd need a reconstructive surgeon to sort them out for us by the time she's finished. Driver 45k and a couple of nice cars for 500k. Well, I was going to say not to sound judgmental, but I don't care if I sound judgmental. It's very... But then again, if you've done 100 mil, then that's how many employees have you just paid, you've got right there. So that's 1, 3, 4, 5. So that's at least 5 people who you'll be paying a decent salary to. So, you know, creating more jobs, there's nothing wrong with that. And the windmill house for a pool, garage, and 6 bedrooms and some nice outdoor area. And getting the pool out, it's going to be an indoor pool. You can spend 50 mil and live 15 and live on 1 a year. Yeah. I would just, like I said, most of mine would probably go to. Obviously, you saw it at the family first. Some friends. I have friends that I would definitely give money to. And then a lot of charity stuff. Like animal charities. Like, I really don't think there's enough rescues and stuff. If I could spend the money on having people who don't know how to look after animals and shouldn't be allowed to get animals, if I could spend the money on having them taken care of, so, you know, we could fix the issue, I would do that. But imagine world cruise every country, first class, because why not? Ew, I wouldn't want to go on a cruise. I'd spend the whole time throwing up and crying. And panicking because I'm agoraphobic, so if I'm too far from home, I would just be panicking. Like hell. I'd just be a mess. I don't think I'd ever recover. I'd be proper traumatized for life. That would be the end of it. Why do you use this? Oh, get off. And we have done this one. I'm really cleaning up. I like it. Well, I mentioned the last time when we were talking about it. And the person that works at I my cousin won 5 million, is his father exited the game lobby early and his wife lost her leg in an accident. I was like, fucking hell. You know, when you just want to go, I just sat down. I was like, wait, well, I mean, for 5 million, you could buy her a new prosthetic. Like, Howie. Because it's like, just goes to show money doesn't buy happiness. It's like, nobody could buy her a new leg. I didn't know what to tell you. It's not my, it's not my fault the person won 5 million and it went that way. It's like, Jesus, what a downer. Like, alright. Do I feel still in a car accident? Was that because he won the lottery? I don't think so. 15 mil spent / given away. Then a decent lifestyle, 25 would last lifetime. Would, yeah. I did point out that if like Jack lost his. What did you just do, you silly bugger? Oh. She could not land on the keyboard. There we go. It's alright, I'm only nearly dead. Yes, the Snacks wouldn't be bothered if he lost a leg and he got a bionic leg. He'd like to replace all his body parts with like artificials if he could. He's an odd bod. But he definitely would be. Is there 75? One wouldn't make anything better than 25, I don't think. Not like I would want a private jet. Nah. It's like private jets and yachts and stuff. It's the upkeep apparently that's supposed to be expensive. Not that I would know. I don't know anybody that has one. But when you read stuff, A lot of upkeep goes into it. And then when you're going to pay to keep your jet, and where are you going to go? And you're going to have to pay a pilot. It's all there. Not a yacht, maybe like a 400k boat. Still, still got to pay for the upkeep on that. Keeping it seaworthy or whatever you say. Whatever the marine jargon is. The only thing I know about like boats or yachts is what I've seen on a reality show Below Deck. Yeah, rental maybe. Oh, there you go. Like staff of a charter yacht or whatever. And they get up to scripted shenanigans, of course. No, I'm telling you no. Stop. Ah, I didn't see you down there. Sneaky. Helicopter and pilot rented for a whole week just to hover over the police helicopter of pilot's house to see how he likes it. I don't get them as much as I used to. There's probably not as many of them like around anymore, or they've been moved to other areas. Ew, what noise are you making? Where are you gone? Yeah, no, this game's not acting right. Used to kill them all the time. Nightly. Been using drones more now. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot quieter than it used to be. Even like police sirens, like just the cars. I think they've given up. They've just given up. It's like, it's gonna happen anyway. Why are we bothering? Helicopters for the car chases, not so much for general use. Yeah, car chases used to obviously be joyriding, and that used to be a lot more prevalent. It probably still happens a lot, just it's not as... It's not really a novelty anymore. Oh, grab it. Oi. Hey. Get in. I remember when I was a kid and there was one and it was so low that like it just looked massive, and I never thought they were that big. Obviously it's a kid, you don't understand. It's a vehicle like you've never seen in front of you before. It was really low and it was massive. That freaked me out. That is metal encumbered with. Shite. I'm over encumbered with shite. Don't need your copper ingots. Give them to yourself. I'm bleeding now. Look at me. A lot of ANPR and traffic cameras now, so you don't need to follow the cars. Just watch them. True. Used to be obviously lads at my school. It was never lasses. That used to think it was funny to steal people's cars and go for joyrides. And even when they put in those stupid flipping little speed humps to slow cars down, the only people that are going to slow down are the people that are bothered about their car. If you've nicked it, you don't really care what happens to it. They were a stupid addition. Those car's 5 years old. Stop tracking. No, I don't like that. I mean, it'll help if your car gets nicked, but I don't want to be tracked all the time. Well, I'm not using my car or doing anything. Ooh. Howie, man. It's a principle. If you got GPS, then tracking is an option. I remember when people just had to know where they were going. And then they have like a little robot telling them, turn this way. That's a wall that way. I can't turn that way. Like, what are you doing? I remember hearing stories about when they first came out. I mean, they're probably not true. They'll be exaggerated. You know, people like have turned down places and gone into like rivers or lakes or something silly like that. Because the sat-nav told them to. I don't think anybody really did that. Works via sim so it can be traced? Huh? Okay. So there's probably an app where you can watch while they're joyriding in your car. Oh, input. Ipsy, what you doing? Oh, that's all fun. Until York, off motorway towards Brickland and blah blah. Oh, what's that? No GPS sat nav gives full routes. Yeah. They don't always go for the fastest either though. Or like the shortest distance. Cars will start trying to tell you that they know about traffic and stuff in a certain area and it's like, yeah, no. I want the most direct route, dickhead. Don't try and send me half an hour out to make sure people can save on traffic. There's also lots of road signs that tell you where you're going anyway. But then depending on what you're doing, the 5D to Alpha seeing something that is interesting. Whenever like your voice goes muffled or anything, it's because I've got a nibbler on my face. Okay, let's go right in. another chest up there. Let me see. Ah! Get. Can I? Alright, friends. I'll walk all the way down there. Slowly. Getting heavier by the second. Because no junk shall be left behind. That's right, Nicola. No junk shall be left behind. That's not the sound of it. People making the jack titties. Righty. Let's go home and turn my craft again. Can I help you? What's up? Fucking no. Woo! No, it's not what I pressed. Oh, that's all the same stuff I just put in the other one. Oh, there we go. I can breathe now. I move my neck. Yeah. And your back. Okay, hi. Just need a quick wing stretcher. Oh no, I've done it again. Storage's full. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go back. The team factor capable of countering the power of deviant used to craft various mutagens. Has a chance to drop one of these. Yeah. Yeah, but what do you do with it though? Ooh. I still don't understand, but it sounds interesting. No point keeping them if I don't know I need them. What you doing, Nibsy? You're not doing that. That's what you're not doing. What about making a refrigerator? I don't often make one. Let's see. I can totally make them. Right. Where do I keep food stuff? You know what? No, I'm not gonna put it where I keep food stuff. Put it. When I meant food stuff, I just meant the oven. Yeah, that's what I meant. The oven. Keep the food stuff. What a fun. There we go. We're in the modern age. We have a fridge. I can put stuff in it. Some cheese. Other stuff. Not my sanity gummies. I don't need to do that. They don't decay. It's a full-on meal, that. Yeah. Aha. Because I haven't been, there's some deviations I haven't, or deviants that I haven't been collecting from so often because I don't want them to run out. And decay, I mean. I should make a nice bed as well. You don't need to change my phone cover, thank you. I have something in my hand. She thinks that she needs to get in on this. It's a bit much. I think I don't know if the next upgrade. How would you describe that? Next upgrade, bed upgrade. The next upgraded bed, or the better bed. Oh, words are hard. Don't know if it works better. It should. I'm using carbon fiber fabric. I'm a very fancy schmancy person when it comes to sleeping, apparently. I would never be able to sleep like that. With that behind my head, there's no walls. It's scary. Let's try. You got up here quickly. Oh! Alright. I think the sanity might have already been fully regenerated when I tried this, so I'll have to try it next time. It doesn't look any different. I mean, it didn't look... I couldn't tell. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... I need to go give my head a wobble. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I did say it was gonna be a short stream, because... You know... life. That definitely... Oh, I didn't claim it! Oh, that's what the problem was. You idiot! Oh. I redid them and then just thought, well, I'm doing these things, so why isn't it working? Oh, God, it's like I've never, so I've never played this before. I'll have a look at the settings. Okay, I'm just gonna do these. Gonna main me all. It's tungsten, it's the fancy stuff. All we got was the shade stuff earlier anyway. And I will have a look at the link. Blah. Can't go wrong with aluminium. For anyone that says it's aluminum, you're wrong. You're wrongin'. So this has to have worked if this has the next time. Oh, no, it hasn't. Alright, okay. Just gonna see if that did work. Next time, all I need to do is recycle some stuff, which is obviously easy. There's always things to recycle. I was blaming the game for being slow. I don't want tin. That's too basic. Good chance to sit and chill. I mentioned an ending, gave up looking for an emote to fit the disappointment of my time and awe. Yeah, it's just a short one to Steven Rocks. Hope you're having a good day though. I just thought I might as well stream while I do some quests and some on Once Human. Nothing too special today. No bosses or anything. I'm just doing this because I was silly when it comes to commissions and didn't click on them. I refreshed them to the stuff that I would be able to do. No, Nibsy. Nibsy! You're trolling me. You are, aren't you? And then I didn't click on them. So, very silly of me. And I blamed the game for a little bit as well. I do apologise to Once Human. It was not their fault, it was mine. I hope the game's feelings aren't too hurt. I might as well just keep it going now, too. Who doesn't want to? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's too many. The placement of this house isn't great, but I like the area. I should have maybe twirled it around a little bit more. Okay, Centurion sent me a link. He wants me to have a look at. Let me see what we got. What is this? St. James Village Development and Gate. Oh, I know. I think I know what that is. Yeah, that was a bit steep. No way would I be paying that much for a 2-bedroom flat. Nah. That used to be all council houses. They moved everyone out and built that. Which obviously they did not replace with council houses. And so the one, let me see. Price has gone up a lot in the last 10 years though. Prices take the piss. Oh, nah. The other one, nah. Shared rear yard. And that's a crazy price for having to share my backyard with somebody. 2 bathrooms? Who needs 2 bathrooms? Get rid of one and charge us less money. Oh, I think I know what that is. Nice on the inside though. I don't care. Friggin' better be for that price. Now the shared yard situation is a bit of a, it's a very like, it's a dodgy thing, I would say. That back. If you just wonder what we're doing in Iraq, we're looking at air prices. Yeah, the I can pay in the hour wherever it wants. It's a shared yard at the minute, which is why I know it's an issue. It's so they have their entrance, I have mine, but there's no wall in between, and I don't like it. The others never used it. These ones haven't so far. Well, they use the back door for smoking, and they've tabbed them all over, but it's their back door, so they can do what they want with it. I don't need to go around there. I just only go past there when I go to my gate. Yeah, it's a definite no. If I was gonna, it's alright because I'm just renting. But if I was buying, my yard's my fucking yard. I'm not sharing it with you. I'm paying for this bitch. What we got? Yeah, I'm gonna drop off my ore. Merge items. Actually, I might not have to merge them in there. Yeah, like I don't mind even not having one. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd rather not have one than share one. I had a little bit of the house talk earlier. I briefly was listening in while doing some other stuff. Oh god, I'm sorry I had to hear that. I am sorry. Not much worth getting in the town area, to be honest. Travel 5 miles. Load. Yeah, when it comes to sharing a yard, I'd rather not have one at all than have a shared space with strangers. It's very awkward. Like the ones, like the next door one, and I think the ones down the street and that, they've all divided theirs up. This one hasn't. And like, to be fair, I mean, it needs a whole new back wall, all along the back and in between this one and the neighbouring one. But yeah, we'd be saving 100 a month at least, and not literally burning money on rent. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but they were really expensive places. Like 84 and what's it one? And 89? 89 for that? You need a fucking house in some places for that. But you know, I keep doing that. Come back in. Currently looking into another place yourself also. Ah, so you know the pain. It's not that. At the minute in this country, it seems to be like a seller's market. 85 masonite. Being reduced 3 times, so that they take 81. Ah, 81's not too bad actually when you think of that. Yeah, actually. Not much one. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You have to fucking lease as well. Leasehold, they're not going to tell you what the ground rent is, and they're not going to tell you what the service charge is. That's a proper issue. Agent and call, have to. Well, I should fucking hope so. But why not just put it there though? Why say that you have to ask? How do you find out how many times someone has been reduced? Melbourne and Sydney, parts of Australia are getting out of hand with the housing these days, so struggles be that. Yeah, honestly, it's terrible here. Full listings on it via Google. Ah, Centurion knows what he's doing. It's what we're seeing is the prices are going up, like silly prices for things, and people are expecting silly money for things that. There was one I looked at the other day that genuinely, if they offered it to me for free, I don't know if I would have took it. I probably wouldn't have, because it's a downstairs. I never want to be a downstairs tenant ever again. It's painful. Go back to when I first bought a place, 60k. Now that street is worth 650k. How do you still have it? Because you can fucking sell it. 20 years ago. Somebody I live with, not live with, somebody I work with, she was saying she sold a flat. It was, I don't know if it was like the late 90s or something, early 2000s, for like 18 grand. Those are the ones that are selling for 70 to 80 now. Because she was moving in with her now husband. She was moving in with him, so she sold up her flat, and yeah, that property went from, was it 46k? Which one? Oh, you sold yours for 46? I'm not doing that. Oh, that looks small. Who's the agent for this one? Because I'm already in talks with, oh, I'm not in talks. No, the second one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. So, everything's just ask agent. How lazy can you be? So they originally bought it for 42, and then somebody else bought it for 67. So they already made a profit. 28 and 42. Yeah, I'm looking at that one. And then they're wanting to sell it for 84. So they're wanting to make, not quite, but they want to make nearly 20 grand on it. Feel bad for anybody that wanted to watch one game. It's entertaining. So was it 92, then 87, now 85. Yeah. They're not dropping a lot though. Well, I mean, obviously, sorry, the 92 to 87, they took a reasonable cut, but then just only dropping the 3 instead of just going 5. See, Centurion's all over this stuff. He knows things. He has purchased places. I have not. Yeah, I don't know. So, when it works, like in Australia, is there? I see that as obviously a massive country, and just think that there's a lot of space for houses. Like there's a lot of houses with gardens and stuff. There's probably parts of Australia like that, right? 7k in 4 months seems a bit desperate. Oh, but why are they a bit desperate though? That's alarm bells if they've dropped to 7,000 in 4 months. Because 4 months isn't really that long of a time to have a property on the market. No, on which chain to me would say they need to sell. What does that mean? No onward chain. That's supposed to, it's a good thing, right? I've read up about what leasehold and freehold are. No onward chain. I'm not 100% on that one. Do any mortgage advisors stream? Meaning they can move out whenever. Oh, right. Okay. Why wouldn't you be able to move out whenever? What is that? What? They can't make you stay somewhere, right? That's not right, man. Structures. Foundations. Ooh, I like marble foundations. They have another place already as an example. That got right. Yeah. So a friend, she is. Her and her sister bought somewhere a while ago, years ago now. And it previously, two builders had gone in together. They were buying up properties and they were doing them up and selling them. And they got theirs, so everything was fixed and good and how it should be. But she's looking to sell hers, like they're looking to sell it to get somewhere and live somewhere with their dad. He's getting on a bit now, and you know, like I don't know if they're like he's selling his and they're selling theirs and they're going to go into one together, but it's causing them a lot of issues at the minute because like there's been an issue with I think one of the buyers in the chain, which has caused them obviously. It's been going on for a while, and it's obviously getting quite stressful for them because obviously when you're in a situation like that and you have to either sell yours first before you can get the next one, or you have to try and get things all lined up, and something like that falls through. I can see that one. I think what is that bit? Hence dropping price quickly. Government keeps talking of building up areas and trying to push developers to build up open areas that are available, but the numbers are way behind immigration numbers. And younger people getting to the point of looking for a place. Oh yeah. Stuff just isn't getting built here. Our government, they're not building shit. So there's a lot of the people that are developing, I think new builds are supposed to have a certain percentage that are for social housing. But I don't think it's happening. I'd have to call up the agents. We'll see it, and if nothing stands out wrong, then maybe make a cheeky offer of 75. Ooh, I don't know if I dare. Actually, they can honestly not. I have one that I have contacted an agent about. I'm asking about if their rear yard is shared. Because it says leasehold, but it doesn't say this is a different one. Cheaper. And same price as the one you looked at. Yeah. But again, it doesn't say what the service charge or anything is, and this says there is a yard, but it doesn't say if it's shared or not. So I'm waiting to hear back about that. That's a different agent who's doing this one. There was something about a $10 billion spending by the government for something like 200k houses by the end of next year, and apparently only had like 60 done. It's shocking, man. It really is. I've mentioned it before, but we've been so far behind in this country about building them. They brought in, I think years ago, which was right to buy. So you could buy your own council, if you were lucky enough to get a council house. If you have one of those and you've been a tenant for however long, they brought in a thing that you would get like a massive discount if you bought your house. But when that happened, by the end of next year, Broom went a little back. Don't worry, I knew what you meant. And when the council house was sold, the money was supposed to go into building more. So yeah, 8 million spent by the council on 38 houses, supposed to be budget homes, 400k each or so. That's, yeah. So they're going, and like they haven't been replacing the ones that have been getting bought. They've been knocking down tower blocks and stuff where you can fit a lot of people into them. There's one sitting here where I live, empty. It's been empty for years. They haven't pulled it down. It's just there. At the same time, there's people that are on housing lists for years to get a housing association place, because half of them aren't even council anymore. They're different agencies. I've been on for 5 years at this point. It used to be a lot easier, but things like immigration, people's families expanding, and all that kind of stuff. Like years ago, my friend got one within a couple of months of going on the housing list, and then the same friend who wanted to get somewhere bigger because she'd had kids by this point, She was on the list for years before she got a bigger place for the kids, for her and the kids. Well, look at that condemned car park in the town centre opposite the bus station. Car park, there's plenty of those. There's I'm trying to think. Yeah, so there's the tower block that's the main that they're going to pull down, but haven't pulled down. It's just sitting empty. They could have just used it. There is a friggin' housing crisis. It is. It's not. At the same time, though, councils have properties that are sitting there empty. My dad's place, I think that's still empty. The one he just recently moved out of. It's a 3-bedroom, could be 4-bedroom house. Massive garden that the council could be renting out to somebody. They're not. There are so many. They're waiting to put people in. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's they're waiting for the right people, if your face fits, or what's going on. That round one was closed like 98. Only like a few years ago they took it down. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a mess. And it's a horrible, stressful thing to have to think about. Well, yeah, I mean, if your government's doing the same thing, though, they're supposed to be getting 200,000 houses built, and they've only done 60 so far. I mean, they do have, like, another year to do it, but if you've only got 60 done in the first one, what's to say you're going to hurry your ass up and get it done, like, properly? I don't think it should be left to housing developers either, because they're just going to sell off the houses, and obviously they need to make their money back. They're a business, they're going to make money. But why aren't councils using land? Why aren't they... Like, there was some... They're not blocks. They were... I think they're three high. And you can fit... I worked out at the end of it, it would have been... I think it was 90... Might not have been quite 90 homes fit into a few like, blocks. That got knocked down. People could have been living in those. They could have even sold them off to people wanting to live in them. But, like, they just got knocked down. There's nothing in its place. It took them years to do that. And there's still nothing there. Well, the UK government promised 1 million more than normal. So, 1/3 million total. And they built, like, 40k so far in 1 year. So 1.3 million, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not in any hurry, man. And like we were saying earlier, half the money's going out to the private rental companies and stuff, and the private landlords that they're paying, or what we're led to believe in this country, they're like millions that they're spending on housing immigrants in hotels and stuff, or putting them above people who have been on the list for years into places. And it's like, that's what's causing a lot of like racial tension, because they're blaming the immigrants because they're coming over and they're getting a house, when, like, you know, I've been waiting for forever. Well, not forever, it's only been 5 years, but that's a long time. And then people are resentful of these people that are just trying to get a better life for themselves, because people in this country can't get a better life for ourselves in our own country, but other people are getting handed stuff. And it's not even as much as we're getting told. We just get told that because there's all these figures getting thrown about, and people start to believe it, and they get angry with the people who's... It's not their fault. It's the government's fault. Our PM is in talks with India to pay them another $1 billion to send people over to build houses here. This might sound dodgy, but like, not even racist. Can they not get in touch with Poland? We have a lot of... I remember years ago, we got a lot of Polish builders in, and they seem to get the job done. In this country, there would be a lot of builders, and they were all Polish. It might be a little bit cheaper. Yeah, like I was after a chunk of land on the end of an estate cul-de-sac. Wouldn't give planning permission for a house. Crazy. Don't understand why they don't just pay companies here an incentive to build a number of houses per year or something. Even if, like, say they give them like some kind of tax break, or if they did something for them. Indian builder, geez, they will collapse in 2 years. How rude, Centurion. I don't know what buildings are like in that country. You know what? I don't think we have a shortage of tradesmen either. I don't think there's a shortage of people that could do that. it's just the government's too busy spending money on things they want to spend money on and not things that actually benefit the people that live here. It's a shame. Like, Snacks always talks about how he hates England, and I'm like, I don't hate the country. The government's just the government shit, and some of the people are shit. But every country's gonna be like that. Seeing the houses they made there, they're having to pull down towers, etc., as they're falling down, and like 2 to 4 years old. Oh, that's a bit bad. Is there just there might not be strict building restrictions, maybe? I don't know how it works. Well, Howie, that tower in London that had that stuff on the outside that caught fire and all those people died. There was absolutely no need for that to happen in this country. It was a while ago, not that long ago. I remember that one, Grenfell Tower, I think it was. All these people, and it's like in this day and age, are you shitting me? You couldn't get a tower block right, even if I don't know how old the build was, but even if it had have been old, why couldn't they've kept an eye on it? You know, make sure it was fit for purpose and everything like you're supposed to. Total for 10 years, needed doing and never got done. Total for just council fire all over. A lot of building companies here went out of business in recent years, yeah, due to government overspending on things, while signing companies to do major work in cities and stuff. Yeah, it's. But how do we fix it? That's what we need to know. Like, how do we fix the governments? Because a lot of countries have issues. Ours stem from, I think, having no regard or no respect for the people that vote for them. It's a lot of, as long as them and their friends are alright, then like, who cares about the people that are paying the taxes? Because their mates aren't paying all the taxes. I have no idea, but I like not being banned by Twitch. I see. You think he'll remember the 5th of November? Because that didn't work out too well for him. Just so you know. Because what annoys me is when people think rioting is the way. Or people think like protesting is the way, and then people say that is, oh look, you know, I'm gonna go and jump on, like I'm gonna get involved, and they're just there to riot. And then, you know, they loot people's properties, like hard-working people who then have to spend their money to fix it. There's wrong on like a lot of sides when it comes to stuff. It's just trying to find a way to do something about it. Because I don't think the way it currently works, I don't think there's any way to fix it so that the general majority would be happy. The way it currently is. Oh my god, why are you so loud? Chill. I thought I'd visit here. I know I'm not going to get the golden look crates because they don't work for me anymore, but thing is, protest is all shout. Like they say in a dog is all bark, no bite. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about stuff like that, because you know, like when people go on strike, and I go, how's that going to get you paid? Deciding you're not going to work isn't going to make me root for you to get paid more. But they're doing it as a way to obviously get people to pay attention to them and to try and, like, that's not idea, to get stuff done. So I don't know a right way to do it. I don't think a strongly worded letter to your local council helps. See, this is what I keep getting. No items available to obtain at the moment. Oh, you're giving us a different warning now, are you? Yeah, trying to show us up because I'm streaming. Yep, and pisses off customers, etc. Yeah, like, you know, when the real people go on strike, all you're doing is trying to make people turn against you. Don't do that. Because it's not the government that are, like, you know, whoever's paying you, they're not the ones that are totally going to face the backlash at the end of the day. It's you. Melbourne PM in recent weeks have been saying we are a very safe state, even though youth violent crime has been an all-time high. Her husband got stabbed the other night, and the first thing she came out and said was violent youth crime will be treated as adults. But it doesn't solve it. People haven't been happy with it taking someone around her getting attacked for her to come around to what the people have been saying. It's like I said before, Minrocks, it's as long as them and their friends are okay, the second something happens and they're not, then they'll do something about it. Railway people are one of the worst. 8k a year, go on strike because they want more. People on low wage lose their job, then they help their house. Yeah, I wish I was on that. Is there somebody lying down here? Oh, you would. Sorry, I disrupted your nap. Yeah, I mean, if I don't turn up to work, I don't get paid. I don't have a job. Like nurses strikes and teacher strikes and stuff like that. I think for the job that people in the healthcare sector do, as shit as the NHS is, and believe me, I've went on about that until I'm blue in the face. Not everyone that works for it is bad. There are people trying to do a good job. They're trying to save lives, actually trying to diagnose people. They are trying to help people, and they don't get paid a lot for it. It would be okay if it was a 9 to 5 for them. Like if they only had to work a certain amount of hours and that was it, and they didn't have to try do overtime or spend extra stress and extra stuff. If they could just do the job and that's it, and they were fully supported and they had enough staff and they were given enough, then it wouldn't be as bad. You wouldn't be on the waiting list for years to get seen to for something. Thing is, they took that job knowing what the wages were when they signed the contract. I do get that, but I mean, I think when it comes to doctors and nurses and so, we can't not have those people. And I'm grateful for anybody that wants to learn and wants to do that job. I couldn't do it. I don't like people at the best of time. I'm certainly not going to put up with sick people who are complaining all the time. That's a joke. Not all sick people complain. And sometimes when they're complaining, it's because, I think the majority of the time, it's because there's actually need help and there's something wrong with them. If the customer and ordered something for X amount, then when it was getting delivered, they were told it was a third more. Did not want it. But I mean, unless you're ordering a dialysis machine or whatever, then what you're ordering is not going to save your life. Well, there's more things than a dialysis machine, but you know what I'm saying to you. Where are the little chests? There used to be more. I think I'm just not looking in the right places. I do think that some doctors are not worth the money that they get right now anyway. There needs to be... I think there needs to be... If there was a tier system, rating on how, see, maybe how success... No, because then you're getting into like all center territory there. Because I was going to say, if it goes on how satisfied your patients are or how healthy your patients are when you're finished with them. If you have too many complaints, then you're not up to standard or something. But then it's like I said, then you're getting into call center territory. Excuse me, you put yourself in there, the door's open. Noisy. But then if they go on strike, then people do die. Yeah. Oh, that's why I said I don't believe in strikes. I don't believe in not doing your job to get paid more in your job. Okay, well, this was a bust. I'm sure there's supposed to be some around. To me, yes, most doctors and nurses should have more money to spend, but not get paid more, like pay no tax, write off student loan after say 5 years working, and it's just, I definitely think that should be something. Maybe not completely write it off, or for just working in NHS, maybe you have to do a good job. Ah, yeah, they're all open. It's pointless me being here. I'm gonna leave. Let's go home. So effectively, they'd be like 200k better off over those 5 years. Yeah, like definitely not. I wouldn't say write the whole lot off, but yeah, I think if you're using your education to benefit the country in a way like that, then yeah, I would say definitely some kind of break on it. Our police and stuff started protesting for higher pay due to violent crimes being on the rise, along with general cost of living going up. Took the government around 8 months to agree to a rather small amount, even though they kept working during it all. Just had messages written on all the cars. That's the way to do it. I don't think police. It is a dangerous job, and I know people know that when they go into it. But somebody's got to do it. We need more, and they should get paid more. Like, I wouldn't do that job. The same with doctors and nurses. I wouldn't do that job neither. Work incentives people would incentivize people to want to work for the NHS. Yeah, exactly. 100% agree with that. I think there should be, because it's a massive commitment. Obviously, being a doctor, a nurse, all the others in between. You know, all the healthcare professionals. It's a massive commitment, and it doesn't just happen overnight. And they've put in a lot of effort in, like, in having a career that could benefit, you know, maybe not the whole country, but definitely the area. And I think that it's an important job. So there should be something, and yeah, a way to incentivize them to work for the NHS. It would be nice if we could pay them enough to want to do it. Because if we had more doctors, then, you know, people might get seen to quicker and not be, you know, dying before they get seen. Like, even ambulance drivers, people calling, not having enough of them to get out to an actual emergency if somebody having a heart attack. Like a friend, she'd done something. She wasn't sure what she'd done, but it was just recently, and it ended up being a trapped nerve, or she'd done something to a nerve. And bear in mind, she doesn't live that far away from the hospital. They were told it would be 2 hours before the ambulance would come and get her. Luckily, it ended up being nothing like life-threatening, but it could have been. And then they have 5-year cheap wage staff rather than, say, people that have student debt and never earn enough to need to pay it back. Yeah. No, I definitely think incentives could be. Oh, sorry, just punching the mic thing. I'm just trying to get her off this. Check a flipping hamster crawling all over my hands. We definitely need to do something. I think that's a good idea, to be fair. Because, like you said, some of them might never earn enough to pay anything back. At least this way, they are paying something back. It's in time and like work. And I think 5 years, it's a long time. But in the grand scheme of things, not. You know what I mean? Especially if it's gonna benefit you that much. The other half has 180k student debt. Well, how? What did they do? I don't know anybody that has student debt. Like, my friend went to, she did years and years of law at college, uni, all that stuff. I don't think she's got any debt. No, because she had to pay. She had to pay for college, I think. Oh yeah, what was the other half I've been up to? What did I do? You're gonna tell me it was an art degree, I'm gonna ban you from the channel. Stupid course, when they worked, couldn't get wages more than 30k, so I had to pay something like 800 a year. 30k is pretty decent, you know. Yeah, if you're gonna tell me that they did an art degree or something, I'm gonna be like, that's nah, I'm gonna be having that. pay to learn art. Teach yourself. Then be a dentist instead. Our ambulance drivers at complaints to the government due to hospital conditions not being able to keep up with them, dropping people in, and would be stuck sitting outside, unable to respond to other calls. Oh yeah, that's the thing. To be fair, we just get left in corridors and stuff. In these countries, music degree, fashion degree, and theoretical. I'm considering banning you from the channel, Centurion. Music degree, fashion degree. They have more spare time than sense. What they're doing. Like, how many companies want these degrees? You know, I think higher education still benefits you in a lot of in like a lot of jobs, even if it doesn't correspond to the job. Just like once you've done management in like retail or somewhere, other places will still want you because you've had a management role somewhere. I stopped putting that on my CV because they were expecting that I was wanting to do management jobs when I'm not. Like even just retail, it's like, you've been assistant manager before. Oh, right. Well, we're looking for no. I'll stop you right there. Unless you're just looking for staff, you're looking at the wrong lass here. I'm not. That isn't. I've no interest. Yeah, overqualified. I was like, why we have a supervisor's position? I don't want a supervisor's position. That's not what I'm applying for. I don't want any extra responsibilities. I will work on the shop floor for you. Or I'll be a cleaner or whatever, but I will not do management jobs. It's not for me. You're forced to interact with people more than I am now, and I don't like people. That's not true. It's not that I don't like people altogether. Let's sip me water. But yeah, in this country, they'll bring you in, they get to drop you off, and you're left in a wheelchair in the corridor is what I was left in. And I needed my appendix out, just sitting there. Nurses and doctors and everybody just walking past while I'm in like an absolute terrible state. I think somebody that was there thought I was in there because I was on drugs. That was nice. Absolutely was not. I would have loved to have been. I think it would have made the pain a lot less though. Yep, that's me. Easy lazy job, 27k a year. Did the hard work and graphic for 50k a year, and now time for lazy. Yeah. Right, I am going to have to finish it because my throat is hurting. No surprises, I didn't get much sleep, I'm knackered. And I have food I need to check on. It's just a joint of meat. It's not one of the 5 that a colleague put back. It was I got one before him. I'll put away some stuff, otherwise I'm going to be here all night. Yeah, I was going to say hopefully next time I stream I'll have some better news on the housing market, but I probably won't because I might be streaming tomorrow. Hopefully be streaming if I'm not. If life hasn't beaten me down. When Snack's going to get a job for 100k job with his 5 degrees, he doesn't want one. He doesn't want a job. He doesn't want the one he's got. He'd like to stay home and be a streamer. So those 5 degrees are wasted. Those 5 goblin degrees are wasted. He did go to college for some kind of media thing. Speaking of all night, it's 4:30 a.m. Yeah, sorry, 8 a.m. here, so I should probably hit this. You should. You get yourself some sleep rocks, okay? Hope we managed to at least get a few hours. Max, is that your other half centurion? Yeah, there you go. See. Well, thank you for joining, you two. Thank you to anybody who watched. I apologise for the political and housing talk, but you know, sometimes you just gotta talk about stuff like that. But yeah, get some sleep in the rocks. Have a good evening, Centurion. Again, like I said, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for showing me those listings. I might have some of those. I can still get a good 68 hours working. It's not until 3 p.m. tomorrow. Ah, nice. Get the full 8 if you can. I always suggest it. Maybe more if you can push it, but if you can't, you know, no harm. Yeah, if anybody consider liking and subscribing on YouTube, following on Twitch, or cake if you have cake. I was considering we play on there much anymore. And thank you Tortoise, and thanks for the and hope she's not having to kill anybody while she's on the desk. And yeah, okay, done. Bye everybody.